If you're watching this at night, be careful because about to show you some videos that are scary even when you not alone. The first video is called The Girl in the Car. Two girls are walking home alone at night. When they see what appears to be an abandoned car on the side of the road, they walk over to it and one of them decides to sit in the driver's seat for a photo op. When she does, the engine turns on and the other girl screams. She then runs out of the frame and off screen, while the girl who sat down in the driver's seat tries to turn the car off. But when she does, the person on the other side of the car starts banging on it and screaming. And we mean screaming. The girl in the driver's seat then gets out of the car and runs away. The person outside the car then gets in and drives it off. Now, if you look closely at the side window of the car, you can see the face of a young girl sitting in the back seat. It looks like she has no eyes. Okay, we've gone? Nah. Take a quick break from this list, because we need a breather after that one. Maybe you should take a break too. Go grab some snacks. Go use the bathroom. Yeah, do that now. Come back when you're ready. Alright, are you ready? Here's another terrifying video that you shouldn't watch alone. This next video is called Russian Sleep Park. A man was hiking in the mountains with his friends when he saw something very unusual. It looked like a park, but it wasn't any park he'd ever seen before. He said that the ground seemed to be soaked in blood, and the trees were all bent and contorted. The scariest part was that there was no one else around. No people, no animals, nothing. And as he walks further into the woods, you can see that the branches are getting closer together, like they're closing in on him. As he finally reaches the clearing, you can see how dark and ominous the trees are. They don't look like normal trees anymore. They look more like giant spiders or demons reaching out their arms to grab him. Some have even likened the trees to the fingers of a giant hand, which if you think about it, makes this place even creepier. There was no one there, so he decided to play some music on his phone to see if anyone would respond. But there was no reply, so he left the music playing and walked away. Now for this next one, you need to make sure your doors are locked. The video is appropriately titled Doorbell Camera Catches Ghost. We're not sure where this comes from, but it definitely looks like it could be from Texas or maybe Florida. Just the way the grass is so overgrown. Anyway, this guy's doorbell camera is catching these two kids walking up to his door. Is that just a toy gun? Well, we hope so. But regardless, the second kid knocks on the door and then runs off. The first kid then pulls out what looks to be a pistol and points it towards the house. He takes aim and then shoots twice. Thankfully, it seems to be a BB gun or an air rifle, because otherwise, this would be a lot worse. After he fires 2 shots, he walks off screen. The homeowner did say that nothing was damaged or destroyed, so it didn't cause any real harm, but still, that's pretty messed up. We really hope that was just a BB gun. Also, why would he put a rifle through a doorbell? That's a waste of a bullet. We've shown you enough scary ones. Let's lighten the mood with a funny video. And since we haven't given you a chance to comment yet, let us know in the comments below what your scariest experience was. This next video shows a cameraman who's trying to film a music video in what looks like the middle of nowhere. Everything is going well until suddenly a giant spider crawls across his arm. He screams and freaks out, dropping his camera in the process. Then the spider crawls into his shirt and he freaks out again. Then the cameraman decides that the best course of action is to run through the tall grass as fast as possible. He keeps looking over his shoulder to see if the spider is following him, or if it fell off on the way. He runs to his truck, jumps in, and locks the doors. Then he drives away as fast as he can. We don't blame him. There's no way we'd be staying in that area either. In fact, we'd probably drive all the way home and change our clothes and wash ourselves 12 times. This next one is going to freak you out. This video is titled Escape from Basement Room. You can see a person trapped inside of a small room. It doesn't look like there's any windows or doors, just a big metal box in the corner, and a single light bulb hanging from the ceiling. The only other thing is a red button above the person's head. After some time, the person hits the button, and the lights flash. Then they try to crawl under the door, but there's no luck there. Next, they hit the button again, and the light flashes once more. They then move away from the door and decide to open the metal box instead. There's a bunch of tools in there, but none of them seem to help the person escape. The person then takes a piece of string and ties it to the door handle and uses it to keep the door open. They then move the box in front of the door to block it from closing. We were not sure if this is supposed to help them escape, or if it is just to keep them from being locked in the room. Either way, they wait a little bit longer, and eventually the door closes on its own. The person then crawls under the door and escapes the room. Let's watch this next video together. It's called Clown Found in Abandoned House. This guy is exploring an abandoned house, and he finds a clown doll. But this is no ordinary clown doll. This clown doll looks straight out of the movie. Take a look at its eyes, then take a look at its mouth. Doesn't this look like something Stephen King would come up with? Well, if you're scared of clowns, this video will haunt your nightmares for weeks. After discovering the clown doll, the explorer moves on to the next room. But as soon as he enters, you can hear a loud bang. It sounds like someone slammed a door somewhere nearby. It doesn't sound like anything the wind would cause, which means this house may not be abandoned. The explorer slowly moves forward and picks up a candle to check out the rest of the house. As he walks deeper inside, you can see that everything is covered in cobwebs. There's also a rocking chair moving by itself in the corner. Once again, it doesn't look like there's anyone else inside. The whole place is creepy. Even if you're not afraid of clowns, this video will give you goosebumps. Here's another video that we recommend you watch with your friends. In the video, a boy is riding his bike home when he notices a white van driving slowly behind him. At first, he thought nothing of it. But then the van started flashing its high beams at him. You can tell that he's starting to get scared, so he speeds up. The scariest part was that the van never stopped flashing its lights, not even once. Finally, the boy arrives home and drops his bike on the ground. He then opens the gate and runs to safety. But we have to ask, what was the point of the van? Was it just a friendly wave? Was it a stranger trying to be nice? Was it something more sinister? Now it's time for the scariest video of all. It's called What's Under the Bed. This guy was just minding his own business when he heard a knock coming from underneath his bed. He had no idea what it was, but he decided to investigate. He pulled his bed away from the wall and then started recording with his phone. If you listen carefully, you can hear something scratching and clawing at the other side of the wooden paneling. But whatever it is, it doesn't want to come out. Now there's another noise in the video that might be even scarier. Listen closely. Did you hear it? Whatever this is, it's making a human-like noise, but we can't figure out what it is. You're probably wondering what happened next. Well, this guy decided to tear off the bottom paneling and find out. When he does, he finds nothing. Some people say that this is fake, but if it is, then why would he rip up his floorboards? Anyway, if you want to be scared for the rest of the day, we highly recommend watching this video. Just remember that you're not alone.